You'd be surprised how critical email deliverability is to your ROI when you're doing email marketing. If your emails don't get delivered, nothing's going to happen. You're not going to get any money. So you're not going to make any sales because it doesn't arrive. So solving for deliverability is one of the first things you need to do. It's arguably the most important thing even before you write your emails. So get an understanding of why deliverability matters and what to do about your email deliverability. We're going to talk about that here. This is the Dropkick Copy YouTube channel. All that starts now. Two quick examples. Say you've built an email list over some time, but you've never really done anything with them. And then you all of a sudden decide to, hey, I'm gonna run a campaign to my email list. I want to tap into them through this channel. You start blasting these emails to them, and you get a whole bunch of bounces. Your engagement doesn't look good, and there's spam complaints regarding your emails. All of that's going to affect your sender reputation, and it's going to negatively impact your deliverability. A snowball effect happens because the next email you send and the next email after that, your deliverability will just keep going down because the inbox provider on the other end considers you as some sort of a illegitimate email sender. Another example would be you've got a SaaS business running, you got people to sign up for your email list and maybe get access to the free download, the free trial, right? But you didn't do your email deliverability due diligence, and that transactional email that says, hey, welcome, thanks for signing up, etc., etc. That transactional email doesn't actually get into their inbox, it goes to their spam folder. You've basically lost somebody who expressed interest in your app and you didn't follow through from your end and you lost them. These are the type of problems that can happen if you don't take care of your email deliverability, right? So I put together a checklist of things that you need to keep in mind when you're doing this for yourself, and the checklist is going to explain itself. Let me start with the checklist. So just to begin with, let's set the stage. There'll be an inbox on the recipient side and there'll be a mail server on your side. That mail server is, usually an email marketing platform's mail server like Klaviyo or ConvertKit or SendGrid or Mailgun or whatever it is, right? They're going to be sending those things on your behalf, right? On the recipient's end, you got your Gmail, your Outlook, your Yahoo, your Proton Mail. They're trying to make sure that all the mails that are coming into their customers are legit and authorized and safe to even be opened. So they're going to be doing a sort of screening process. In fact, they're legally obliged to have a screening process in place. Otherwise, everybody's going to get fined. You're going to get fined, they're going to get fined, everybody's going to get fined. So that's what's happening here. So the first thing you want to do is you want to review your authentication protocols. In your mail server, these softwares have the settings. You can just go in there and set 3 records: the SPF record, the DKIM record, and the DMARC record. The SPF and the DKIM is read on the inbox on the recipient side to know if the email is authentic, if it's been tampered with or not, and if the mail server is even allowed to send it to them. So they're like IDs. You need to set those in because it's checking for those. If you don't have those, it's not going to let the mail in. The third thing, the DMARC record, basically tells the recipient side, hey, if my email bounces or something's wrong, I want you to report it to me. Here's how you need to act. So the DMARC record is how to act when you receive my mails. You got it? Those 3 records need to be in place. On the recipient's end, Gmail, Outlook, all of them, they're checking for these. So set that up. The other thing you want to do is review the local telecommunications laws around emails and spam and unsolicited communications, all these types of things, right? So that's where GDPR comes in, the CAN-SPAM Act, CACL, all of that stuff. There are laws in America, Europe, and all over the world around telecoms, right? So you need to abide by them. What that basically means is that you have to have opt-in from the recipient. You have to have opt-in and opt-out for the recipient. They need to be able to subscribe or unsubscribe. Right? It should be clear and easy to do. And if you're tracking any kind of data, storing any data about the recipient, there's certain legalities around that. You know what I mean? So this stuff prevents people from running phishing attacks and committing fraud and all types of things. So adhere to the local laws. That's number 2. The third thing is list building. And this is all before you have sent an email out yet, right? So you want to make sure that you've built the list correctly and that you maintain list hygiene. What that basically means is cleaning the list. Clean the list of what? Of spam traps or invalid email addresses or disengaged subscribers. On the recipient side, all these inboxes, these ESPs are creating a sort of sender score. It's your reputation. They're assigning a reputation to your IP address and your domain. If your sender reputation is low, they're not going to allow your emails through over time. It's a snowballing effect. You're like, oh, this person, we don't trust them. They don't have their DNS record set up. They're not following the can spam law, blah blah blah. And they're sending mails and it's all bouncing. So think about that. It's going to look bad, right? And they kind of assign a sender score to you. If your sender score is low, they're not going to put your emails through. Your deliverability is going to tank. So it's important to keep a clean list. Remove everything that's bouncing. Spam traps, remove those. Spam traps are basically inbox emails that people have put in just to, like fake inboxes. They just send myfakeaddress.com at hotmail.com, whatever, just send it there. That's a spam trap. Nobody's checking that email inbox, right? So you want to clear all that out, have a clean list, drop your bounce rates low, below 1%, and you're good. The other thing that affects deliverability, then this is a little bit counterintuitive, I guess, is like you want to be segmenting your list. How does that? Well, so if you are not segmenting your list and turning your subscribers into like groups with psychographics, demographic, based on psychographic, demographic, firmographic information, if you're not doing that, then you're not targeting. If you are not targeting and you're trying to communicate to people, you're likely sending the wrong people the wrong messaging or irrelevant content to people, right? When you do that, your engagement is going to look bad. People aren't going to open, people aren't going to click, people are going to just maybe call it spam, declare it spam, right? That's why it's super important to segment. Segmenting is a tactic that's going to help your marketing in general and also your deliverability scope. So do segment your list, figure out how you want to segment these people. That means you have to find out information about them. Finding out information about them allows you to segment in a smart way and target in a smart way. And better targeted emails keeps your deliverability score high, your engagement rates high. That looks good from the inbox provider side, the recipient side. So do that too. As far as content of the email is concerned, you want to keep in mind that at the recipient's end there's spam filters and it's somewhat of a black box. So Gmail, Outlook, Yahoo, etc., they're not telling us what their spam filters are looking for. We have to kind of guess it. And what people have concluded is that there are words that trigger the spam filter. So you want to avoid being too scammy or too salesy sometimes in your email. Think of the most cringiest financial copywriting or cringiest medical copywriting you can think of. The words that you imagine that would go in that copy, don't use them, right? That's one thing. You also want to keep a clean email. Don't go too image heavy. The thing is, if you have too many images, it makes your email bulky. The image links can be broken. Things can break. If anything's broken in the email, it might trigger spam filters. If you've got links in there linking out to another domain, but that domain is some sort of a gambling website or whatever with a bad reputation, let's say, that's going to trigger spam filter. So all of this stuff matters. You can write the content how you want, but optimize for openings, engagement, retention, reading, etc. Make it easy to read, make it simple. You're going to have no problems with your content. All right? And if it's clean and simple, your engagement rates are going to go up. That's going to help your sender reputation look good, keep you getting into people's inboxes, etc. And finally, frequency. How many times do you want to email? So you can email every day if you want. But you can only do that if everybody's opted in and they're opening your emails and engagement is there. If you're emailing everybody every day and people aren't interested, they're just going to not engage with your email and call it spam. You get what I'm trying to say? And then that's going to affect your sender reputation. So you can't just say that there's a one-size-fits-all thing for frequency. If people want to receive daily emails, that's fine. As long as they're opening it, that's perfectly fine. As long as it doesn't affect your sender reputation. Here's another scenario. You build an email list, you've not emailed them yet, you suddenly decide to send all of them your first email. Hey, I decided to start an email list, blah, 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 this is my first email. If you do that all of a sudden, that could be a problem too, because on the recipient side, the inbox provider might see it as spam. It's like, I've never received a mail from this person before, and they're blasting it to like hundreds of people with a Gmail account. I am Gmail, I think that's weird. Who is this dude? Right? So that's why there's a thing called warming up your email address. And this comes to segmenting. If you have a large group of subscribers, right? You want to segment them out and say, for this group, I'm sending an email today, sending the next email to this group, da 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 da. You can warm up your domain. You can warm up the inbox provider to you by letting it get used to you and letting it know that I'm sending legitimate mails. It's got all the authentications in place. People are reading them. Do not worry, right? So frequency is a flexible thing. It depends on how engaged people are. If everybody's engaged, send them as much as you want. So that's really all there is to it. I kind of breeze through because you can figure. It's not rocket science, and a lot of this stuff you can figure out yourself. In fact, a lot of the marketing platforms, your MailChimp, Klaviyo, ConvertKit, all of them, they have settings and features in place to make your deliverability management easy. It's not a big deal in that sense. However, it is a big deal for your ROI if you mess it up. Yeah, there's plenty of software that check things for you. I'm gonna put a list on a sidebar somewhere here. There's software that'll tell you what your bounce rate's gonna be on this email list even before you send an email from your domain. You can check that for you. It can help you clean your list for you. There's software that can check your spam score. You know, the emails that are sending, they have, does it look spammy? Does it sound spammy? Give me a rough idea. They can do that for you. So leverage all these things to your benefit, and you'll get a basic an approximate sender reputation score for yourself. You have to understand what your reputation could be for yourself, because on the other end, on the recipient's end, Gmail, Outlook, Yahoo, whatever, it's a black box. They're not trying to tell you what they're doing. Just know that they're doing something and keeping tabs on you. And they've got a reputation score for you. Not just you, but it's like your IP and your domain. Right? If you're using an email like marketing tool that's got a reputation for like sending out spam mails, your mails can get hurt by their reputation. You understand? The IP's reputation. And then there's the domain reputation. The domain is basically, your website.com. There's a reputation associated with that. So if you're sending good emails to people, your domain name will have a clean reputation. It's all going to be fine, right? So I broke it down in this way. It's because, to simplify, there's about 5 or 6 things that you got to take care of. And if you take care of those things, your email deliverability will be fine, and you will get access to the fabled ROI of email marketing, where you can put $1 in and get up to $40 back in ROI, right? That's amazing. You can't get that if your emails aren't going through though, and that's why you got to take care of this. I hope that makes sense. If you like this video, drop a like, drop a subscribe, drop a comment, because I want to hear what people think. If you have anything to add, if you want to request a video, the comment section is there for you below. This has been the Dropkick Copy YouTube channel. Take it easy.